Well, if I told you so was a bit too much for you, I'm not sorry. Perhaps people will take offense to I told you so, but bottom line is I I I don't give a damn what you think of how I feel or what I believe. I believe that America allowed itself to be screwed. We allowed ourselves to be screwed. I begged, I implored, I basically did everything I could to tell you, don't let it happen. And I know a lot of you made the effort. I know that. And a lot of us made the effort. But the bottom line is a large portion of our populace were sheep, and they are being led to the slaughter. Now, those of us who are goats, or otherwise, who refuse to be led to the slaughter, more power to you. Those of you who fell for it, you're screwed. Those of us who are used to living in poverty will be less affected by this than those of you who are not. Making ends meet is something most Americans need to learn to do anyway. And I think we're doing that real fast. I don't apologize for I told you so, because I did tell you. I told you several times. Now, let's get down to brass tacks. Outsourcing of American jobs is one of the largest causes of our economic failure. We have allowed corporations to give away American jobs to overseas countries for cheap labor. They have undermined and destroyed the American buying power. This is a large part of the problem, if not the main part of the problem. The banks got greedy, the lawyers got greedy, the politicians got greedy, and everyone lost their ass. Too bad. Now, here's what we can do to start. Do a Google before we can no longer use the internet, because that'll probably happen, and search out every corporation that has been responsible for outsourcing. There is a list I'm looking at now, A to Z. Companies like Access Electronics, Accuride Corporation, Allstate, Amazon.com, American Dawn, American Express, Alamo Rent-A-Car, all of these. Just in the A, AFS Technologies, Affiliated Computer Services, Aetna, Alcoa, Alien Systems Group, Alliance Semiconductor. I mean, these are all companies that are outsourcing jobs. American companies outsourcing jobs for cheap labor. And the list is long, A to Z. I'm looking at http www.cnn.com/CNN/programs /lou.dobbs.tonight /popups /exporting.america /content.html. Just do a Google search. A list of American corporations outsourcing U.S. jobs. That's what I used, and I got the list. American Express, American Dawn, AMD. Now, what can we do? Stop buying their products. Refuse to buy their products. If you think that's crazy, I'm sorry. Then you're a part of the problem, and then get out of the way. Stop watching. Now, if you don't like what I'm telling you, stop watching. Nobody's twisting your arm to watch me. Now, if you like what I'm saying, let's keep going on this. I'm more than happy to share what I believe and think, if you're more than happy to watch it. And I have been watching others with their free thinking, and I really appreciate a lot of the people out there that are doing the work they're doing. There are still some of us out there who will not bend. We will not break. We will not stop. Because the time has come for people to either deal with it or get out of the way. And stop being, if you're part of the problem, then get out of the way. But anyway, stop buying the products for these companies. Do not buy their products, do not buy their services, and let them know why you refuse to buy their products and services. Call them, tell them, you have taken American jobs and given them away. You have helped to destroy the economy of our country. You have helped to create a debt that is now in the hands of foreign industry and countries that will inevitably own us if they don't already. Don't put up with it anymore. We don't have to. The few American jobs left are being lost. The auto industry is being destroyed simply because of the greed of the oil companies and the auto companies. The prices are out of control, skyrocketing. It's time. It's time that the American workers, the American populace, the labor force, the farmer, the car builders, all of you, the construction workers, all of us who are the infrastructure of this country, it's time that we stand up and say, you are not the backbone of the nation. We are the backbone of the nation. Without us, you have nothing. Without us, Mr. Banker, you have no money in your bank. Without us, Mr. Lawyer, you have no one to take people to court. Without us, Mr. Politician, you do not have our votes. Without us, you are nothing. America is the backbone of the people who work daily, who work hard to feed their children, to feed themselves, to pay for some form of house, who pay the energy industry for lights and power and telephones. And it's not the millionaires and the billionaires. They're in the minority. There are far fewer of them than there are of us. I mean, I always look back at the Edgar Allan Poe story, The Mask of the Red Death. While the rich and powerful hide away in the castle from the disease outside, they slowly die and just become nothing. And while the rest of the world outside gets better and everything's back to normal and all of the children are laughing and playing and the sun is shining, that will come to pass. There is hope. But before the light, there is the darkness. And the darkness is great, and it is coming. And it's unfortunate that the darkness is being caused by so few greedy individuals and by so few people who have so little sight to think that their God or their way of belief is superior to the other. And I'm not going to say that any one religion is to blame, because in my opinion they all are. They all are to blame. The prophecies of the world speak to this time. Ragnarok, Armageddon, jihad, whatever you want to call it, the last great wave. This is the destruction of a society of people who had so little insight that they inevitably had to go. And those of us who know better, those of us who are willing to perceive the truth of it and who are not afraid to look them in the eye and say, we told you so. Don't be afraid of it.
Let me assert my firm belief that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
I'm the dictator. I'm the dictator. I'm the dictator. I'm the dictator.
Fear itself.
I'm the dictator. I'm the dictator. I'm the dictator.
Fear itself.
I'm the dictator. I'm the dictator. I'm the dictator.
Fear itself.
If this were a dictatorship, it'd be a heck of a lot easier. Just so long as I'm the dictator.